next thing I got to do over here before I take the body off is let me get my light. Is trim the bottom out of this right here, the A-pillar. It's an A-pillar. See how it's just kind of rusted out? There's really nothing except for the outside of that panel holding it in place. It's just air. So I have to trim the rust out of there and make a patch piece that's gonna tie that all together. And that's what I'm working on tonight. Is I've got like maybe an hour of daylight left that I want to, not make too much noise, but I can still be a little noisy. That's where we're at now. So I was nosing around my scrap metal pieces and found this piece that I had cut off of the bottom of one of the patch panels for this side, or maybe it was the other side. The other side? Yeah, I think it's on the other side. But and I thought, wow, it's got a nice flange on it. It'd be perfect for making this patch piece. So that's kind of what I'm thinking about here. Let's get all this stuff out of the way. And kind of I put some slots on it so it'll bend easily. But we're just going to kind of rough it in here. Like that. Look at that. Give it a little extra bend here. And to trim it off a bit. But let's see, we'll cut it right about here. Maybe we can make the rest of the bends that way. Let's see. I have to do a little more trial fitting, but kind of see how that's going to roughly work. All right, let's see where we're at here. Can you see me? You cannot see me there. Now you can see me. Well, not me, but my work. Progress. So, kind of get an idea what we have to do here now. To trim that little tab off. But that really goes down about almost as far as I need to go. That's pretty handy. I guess that is about as far as I need to go. Let's see. I think we'll be able to work that down a little further and make that work perfectly. So if we square these up, this will come down and sit perfectly on the heater channel. That's going to work nicely. Now, let's see what cuts we want to make here. I'm going to have to put a flexing cut here and probably trim off about another 1/2 inch of this. Let's do that. You want to see me make the cuts? Yeah, we can do that. All right. Follow me to the messy garage, which is not far away. Let's see. Right here. This is good. So I'm using this. This thing is great. It looks like it's a brand new DeWalt angle grinder, 4.5 inch yard sale find. And I found also online, I found these really thin cutting wheels that work super great. So I'm real happy with those too. All right, let's see. I want to cut here. Oops. Plugged it. And we'll head back to debug. Yeah, I still got the interior panels on this thing. All right, let's see where we're at here. Crappy little tripod of mine. Oh, wow, that's pretty good. That's really pretty good. I think that's going to work out really well. I just need to do a little more shaping here. Let's see, I'll flatten this curve out a little bit. Tighten that curve up a little bit. Look at that. Look at that. Huh. Not bad if I say so myself. See, and again, these can come down, flatten down, and they'll make this work really well. I'll probably cut a little bit of width off of these because they don't need to be that wide at the base. But yeah, that's going to be my patch panel. So the more I look at it, the more I think about it. I don't need it to be this big. It can be shorter. And I also have this to deal with. So what I'm going to do is the metal's really in pretty good shape through here. So I'm just going to cut this piece on an angle and go right underneath that. So all I have to do is trim this off up like that and then across. And then it should work really well. That's the plan. Okay, so that's what I ended up with. Still needs a little bit of touching up. I'll probably take a little more out of here so that I've got more space for that. But that's about as little as I need to take out. It's just rusted out on the bottom. The idea on any of these restorations is you leave as much of the factory metal as you can. Because it's good metal and there's no reason to cut it out if you don't need to. So even though you get these giant patch panels, you just use what you actually have to use. And that's the plan. I'm going to wrap it up for the night because it's after 9 and I don't like pissing my neighbors off any more than I already have. And I'll get back to it hopefully tomorrow. Right, here we are, next day. Looking around a little bit, I reshaped that area so that this little cutout, well, you can't really see it from here, can you? There we go. Let's get you a view here. There you go. So that little cutout will be left alone, so I'll cut around that, so I don't have to try and reshape that in the new piece. Next step is to cut out the old metal, and just gonna use a Sharpie, make a line. I'm not gonna worry about this yet because this is all gonna change as that moves that way when it gets cut in place. But that's the line I gotta cut right there. I think Volkswagens are small to sit in. Try working inside one. Need some better light. Can I see? you guys see all right? Let's see where we're pointing the camera at. There we go. That's better. Didn't get a cut there. I think I missed a spot. That's cut. I'm going to use my little Dremel to finish that corner. It's not really a Dremel. You know, I burned out 2 Dremels on this job, and then I found this old Black & Decker that belongs actually to my brother-in-law, and I've been using it for quite a while. Should be about it. There's a weld there. Definitely a spot weld there. All right, well, I'll just cut what I can here. the other thing. Switch my cords out here. One with the wheel here. Might try and chisel that out of there. Got this punch I turned into a small chisel. Might be perfect for this. Well, it's going to have to come off the grinder of some sort. Yeah, most of it's gone. But we'll work around it. Let's see. How about the side of the cutoff? That's probably enough. Let's see what we got here. Cut it a little wide there. A little wide. Oh well. That's not bad. That'll work. Now we can mark this side. Are we still filming? Yep. We can mark this side now. Since this is moved in, let's go like that. All right. Finish up with the Dremel. Tricky because you can't really get at it. There we go. Okay, so not pretty, but there it is. And you know, the patch panel can be cut to whatever size I need it to be. So I think that's going to work real well. Let's do a little bit of trimming here and there. All the junk in here. Yeah. And Mr. Sharpie here. Cut it about that angle, I think. Yeah. We'll leave that a little wider than where that line is. Yeah, not bad. Let me take a little bit off of that. Let's see. Mr. Flap Wheel. Flap wheels are great for yeah, that's about where I want it, right there. Let's get a little more arch to this. Dang, boy, look at that. Take a little more off. It's so tight I can hardly get it out of there. Jeez. That's about where it wants to fit on this side over here. So I still got to take a little more off. That is perfect. You know, it's pretty satisfying when it all comes together like this. It's to be a little bit flat here. All right, let's get you off the ground, back in the bug. You can see what we're doing here. You see? There. Zoom in a little bit. What we're looking at. So, we have a piece that fits pretty well, even in there. I'm pretty happy with that. Need to flatten this arch, this little arch here that I need to get rid of. A little like that. Believe it or not, I did something. Yep, it's about perfect now. What I'll do is I'll tack it in on the sides, and then I can hit this with a hammer and put it in a little further. But now Need to expose some metal so I have something to weld to. Alright, let's get some tacking going on here. You may notice I have the door closed in the car. That's because I want to make sure that everything is in place, stresses wise, for the door to be in the right place when all this welding is done. Bend these flanges down a little bit. Pretty good. Pretty good. Just dust in there. Too low, too high. It's really hard to see this stuff. Helmet. Sucks. There. Okay. Come on back here. This corner. Okay. Good job. Some people can say that's like a welding. Yeah, I know you do. Oh, big secret. Solid. Right. Yeah. Hang on a second, I'm gonna go get a hammer. All right. Start that end. Right there. Let's look at it here. Please. That was very effective. Dirty. Dirty spots. So that's how it starts anyway. It'll look fine when it's done. Just wish I hadn't gotten that gap so big there. A little bit of a miscut. Alright, I'll show you some progress once it's done. I know you probably don't want to see all this stuff. Alright, we're getting to the point where we're cleaning it up a bit. It's pretty clear, cleaned up. Still a little raggedy down there. Some of that's gonna have to wait till the door comes off before I can get into that area. Some sandblasting needs to be done too. Bead blasting, excuse me. That's all cleaned up pretty well. You know, I don't really care so much about this stuff, but I'd like this to be pretty good. You can see where I'm at in here. Still got a few more spots to weld in. But what I'm really happy about is the way this came out. You can hardly even see anything there. There's just a couple more spots to fill, but that came out great. You know, obviously I have more cleaning up to do, and there would be a little bit of filler applied to this too, but that's really good. I'm happy with that. Yeah, so we're almost done. Alright, that's where I'm going to leave it for now. I'll probably hit it with a coat of primer and call it good for now. Everything else can be done with pretty much just a little thin coat of filler. And that's how it works. Thanks for watching. So this is what it ends up looking with a little primer on it. Cleans it up a lot. Makes it look better. A little filler and a little more work. I can't do anything about all this boogerage down here until the door is off. I can't get an angle on it, but I'd say that's a win. Looks pretty good. A couple little spots to fill yet.